We are live, David Wayne.
Oh,
We are
man.
live. I like how you have a new name every time we do a live stream. Today, David is 39 gallons of syrup on a 2x4. I know you just have 39 gallons on a 2x4, but I want to let the people that are listening on Spotify know what's your name. My name's always Nate. Your name changes every time we do one, which is kind of endearing. I think people like it.
Yep, I think so too.
People like it. So I'm calling this our mid-season SapChat. I still think we're mid-season for the big guys up north, or maybe just a shade over. But
Yeah.
I'm calling it mid-season SapChat.
It could be my end.
I can't believe you're still going. We're done here.
Yeah. Oh, you guys have been done for a week or so, haven't you?
Yeah, it's too warm.
It's what it is here. This year here has either been super, super cold and time goes by, or super, super warm and time goes by. Like there's been none of the sweet spot that you need for freeze thaw. It's either 18 degrees or it's 70 degrees. It's just been horrible.
It's been different, although a lot of people have experienced what they would consider the biggest sap run of their life.
Oh, hands down, dude, I no one's gonna believe this, especially you. I had over 3.5 gallons, pushing 4 on a sap guzzler in 24 hours.
Maybe you actually had the garden hose running in there, so you didn't see it.
I had it. I was there. I had to pump the tank off, and I still almost don't believe it.
Is your measuring stick broken?
No, the
Maybe
tank. It's a 500-gallon tank on 200 taps, and it was almost overflowing.
So that would be what?
3 gallons a tap, right?
2.5.
2.5. Well, see, there you go.
Yeah,
2.5. It was insane.
Yep. And it was such a good sap run. The trees pushed it through that guzzler because there was no way the guzzler was doing it.
Well, and to be fair, that was halfway through the day. You got to remember, like I was going over a 24-hour, so it was more than that night because I had to pick up again. So it's actually closer to that 3.5 probably. So
Darren said, Nate, get your evaporator put all together. That's the plan. I think David Yoakum and I are planning on boiling Tuesday night if all goes well. I've got my production team saving the rinse water from drums, cleaning the filter press. We've never been able to do it, but I'll be able to make syrup year round, which is cool. So if anybody wants to come try our evaporator, they can try it. I don't care if it's June, July. We will be able to boil year round. It'll probably get old for me after like 2 boils. Probably after 20 minutes, it will be old for me. But it's about $500 worth of syrup every day that we haven't been able to reclaim.
So let me ask you this.
I said dollars, right? Not gallons.
Yeah. On the front door, is that for a fuel oil burner or is that just a window to see in there?
That's a window. First time
Dave's put a fuel oil burner.
It does. It's actually monocrystalline quartz. And I think the plan for the future is it's going to have a big square one. So it'll be a bigger window. Yep. This was the first attempt at windows. It was just R&D. So these two are going to have that port so you can just see, what's going on.
Yep.
So I do think there's a few weeks still left in Eastern New York for sure. I was just through there yesterday, actually. I hate when my GPS takes me through the Adirondacks. It's great if you want to sightsee. Not fun if you're in a hurry.
It's like driving down a step ladder in there.
I can't believe how many lakes there are.
Sharp turn, uphill, downhill, sharp turn.
Here we go. Reese says, is it a below average year for syrup? I think it's going to be average. I do. But what do I know? It's not done yet. We don't really know.
Yeah. The people I talk to out that way are nervous.
This guy says he did 39 gallons in a day on a 2x4, Dave.
Yeah.
He was
I
running
called
his
BS.
event. He was running his RO at 60 bricks. He just wanted to
I was
finish
gonna
it.
say, all right, that makes sense. I have pushed the limits on that 2x4.
Yeah, you have.
I mean, I did it all, even with the RO,
I
all
don't
that.
think people realize how much work or pre-work you have done. They only see what's on the video. I mean, I've seen the work you've put in, and I don't think the maple season is going to compare to how much pre-work you put in to make this all work. So you're done, dude. I get it. Like, it's double a normal maple season with having to set everything up.
It's not, dude. I wish the trees would keep going. I would keep going 100%. It's literally, so usually how you can normally tell, anybody will know this. When you get a run after it's been up for a couple of days, you get some of the stuff that's in the tubing, but the sap clears up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not clearing up. It's coming out. It's probably done. I'm cleaning all the tanks. I'm doing everything I can, and I'm going to turn the pump on again. The only next time it's going to run for me, believe it or not, is Thursday. Like, I got to go all week until I get it to Thursday. It freezes Wednesday night, and it'll run Thursday and Friday. I'm going to try it. I'm gonna see, and we're gonna give it a shot, one last shot. But after that, it is done, because it doesn't even get below like 45 for like a week.
Yeah, it looks like.
After
I
that.
mean, we might as well live in Florida at this point. Down south they've been done for probably a week or two. It just moves north. As you get closer to Lake Erie, if it's cold, it'll keep us cold.
Yeah.
But as soon as you drive 15 miles from Lake Erie, it's just a whole other ballgame. Like, I live probably 30 miles from Lake Erie, 35. And it's a totally different climate. Like, the schools around here, we've been playing baseball for 2 weeks. It's like, you go north, there's snow on the ground. So that's why the pretty much the Maple Belt within Ohio is right off Lake Erie.
Yeah. The UP had like 3 foot of snow.
Yeah, I saw that. So William Sugarhouse says he's running on a Yoakum built rig. So is Dave. But I imagine it's that donkey. He's got this 2x4.
Oh yeah,
donkey.
that's it. Yep, and there you go. Yep.
Yeah,
but to be fair, that is what Dave say that thing was getting, 40 gallons an hour evaporation rate.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I laughed just because the name was cool. And he goes, "It's stupid." My favorite Dave Yoakum line. I go, so it's a pretty good. Yeah, it's stupid. Like a 2x4 running. It's pretty funny. So it must have like 200 a set of flue pans. A 2 foot set of flue pan, or 2 foot set of flue pans, or 3 foot and a little tiny. I think it has a little tiny syrup pan.
Yeah, it's a foot syrup pan. It looks like, but on a flat pan.
Yeah, it was a long day, but I'm dead serious at 43 gallons in a day.
Whoa!
Now is that the donkey you have there, Williams?
Yeah,
it's just a cool name for an evaporator. The donkey.
I know on this flat pan divided, everything I could get out of it was 13.8 gallons an hour. I was getting 1.3 gallons of syrup an hour. That's it. That's all it's got. Anything higher than that, it was starting to get.
So much better than what my dad and I started on. English tin. And it had little sections little slide doors. So like you could slide the door down, add the sap, and then my dad loved to play with those little doors. Like today we don't use them. We just let it move through the system, but it was designed that way.
I see. That's funny. 14%.
Here, see, I had the first donkey he ever built.
There you go.
The 2x4. I mean, it looks like a donkey, short and stout.
So I was 225 to 250 taps, somewhere on there. With the RO, I was doing 2 passes to get it to 7%. And at 13.8 gallons an hour, I still was coming to about 9 to 11 hours of boiling with what I was getting for concentrate. And that's That's a bit much by the time, plus, like I said, it's been getting up to 60 degrees, 65 degrees. The sap, you're trying to carry it over. You're sitting there, you got 10 hours of, like, I pushed that everything to its limits this year. I really did.
Yeah, I heard the
If the
timer
temperatures
run.
would have been down a little bit, that would have helped for sure.
Well, the good news is, Dave, is I don't know if you know this about Galt Evaporator, but they hold their value.
There
So
you go.
when you need to resell, you're going to get more than you paid for, buddy. It's a
Well,
supply and
actually,
demand thing.
why don't we drop that bomb right now? It's for
You
sale.
want to get, you wanted to get you're ready for a bigger one already.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to because the 225 taps is too much. 10 hours it's just too much. So I want to be like 5 hours boiling, and then plus Dom is doing it next year. So there's another 500 taps, and then we got some other things in the works too, obviously, that you know about. So there's going to be more
Sure.
taps next year.
Sure.
So we're going to have to upgrade.
The reason I'm a huge fan of that 2x8 is just you're going to get 50% more evaporation. And as I was telling you, like Dave said, the manual labor to make a 2x8 versus a 2x6 isn't much more. Neither is the material. In fact, he's like, it's nominal. So I, for everyone's sanity, want to push as many people to 2x8 as possible because it doesn't change the price much.
Yeah. Well, would it be cheaper is it cheaper for a fuel oil rig too? And I don't need all the fancy preheater stuff.
That's a good question. That is a good question. I'll ask Dave.
Because I just want I don't need even an all tricked out one like what you got. I just need a reverse flow 2x8 raised flue with a steam hood fuel oil. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. And I can even buy the burner or whatever, but that's it. I just need a basic. I don't need a hot rod. I just need surface area.
Seeing your stack from the moon.
They were seeing it on this 2x4. I'll tell you that. So yeah, if anybody's interested,
the pictures. I love the pictures of the cherry red. Yeah, you're not going to get a better deal. There's some people that jumped on right away, and at the time I honored the price, but yeah, we've gone up. So I am honoring the price with a couple guys that came on and said, "Look, I want one," before you even started running, Dave. Or probably the first delivery. They were like, "I'm in." So I said, "Look, I'll honor it for you, but the next ones are not going to be like that because I don't have a sales problem."
No. And then they can see, how to run it in the video from me, all that, and they can have the one that was in the video series. It'd be, it's ready to go, man.
You need a donkey.
It only has 5.5 boils on it. That's it.
You need a donkey. You need a donkey.
We're not. No. No. We're going.
No more firewood. You're going oil.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Look at Brandy. She said, "You look like a model in that hat, Dave." Some Smacks just said, "How is your season?" Well, mine's been mostly travel. I have been home like 2 days in the last 3 weeks. I have to introduce myself to my family when I come back. I was actually trying to stay in Vermont this morning, I was going to hit the Georgia Mountain Breakfast. This Sunday is the last Georgia Mountain Breakfast, and I plan on being there. So if you guys are in Vermont or near, I plan on being at the breakfast at Georgia Mountain on Sunday. So it'd be cool if you guys could come. I think it's $20 for adults. It was like $6 for kids. I might have that wrong. If some of you have been there, just let me know in the comments. But that's their last one. And I really wanted to be there this Sunday, which is today. But I needed to get home. My wife was sending me songs about husbands forsaking their wives. So it was time. Yeah, you want me to play it for you? It's actually kind of fun.
Then, wait, didn't she already try to kick you out now that you've been home a day, though?
No, I'm a lot. I am. I'm a lot. That's too much.
How did How did Scarta put up with you for a week?
Yeah, Jeff was there. Listen, here's the truth. So you guys are going to meet Adam. He's awesome. He has been on the road with me 4 weeks out of the last 6, and he is coming on board because I need help. Fred is retired, and he helped me build this company for the last 15 years. He'll always help me in a bind. I miss him. I love the guy. He's like another dad to me. But man, I sure missed him this year. And I finally went to my team and said, I need a new Fred. I can't do this on my own. It's just too much. You're running 16, 18-hour days. It gets dangerous, driving on your own. So just for travel, like he's going to be traveling with me basically for the next 2 years. And then we have so much going on up in Wisconsin. And then we have a lot going on in Vermont. And he and I are going to be traveling to each side. What's cool, like being in Ohio, I'm like right in the middle of the Maple Belt. Literally, that was an accidental benefit. I'm not that smart. I did get lucky being born right in Northeast Ohio. Like I'm 2 hours from Buffalo. I'm 8 hours from Vermont. I'm 11 hours from Western Wisconsin. And every truck runs right off Interstate 90. We're right off Interstate 90.
There you go. Yeah, that's true.
Completely fortunate with that.
Yeah.
So I was talking. If you think about it, one of the cool things is my ability to acquire syrup from Wisconsin is always going to be cheaper than New England because of trucking. So I have researched it to the nth degree. We've gotten quotes. We've talked to Lauren, and it's on average about 5 cents more to truck from Wisconsin to New England, which I'd rather have the farmers keep that. So if anybody's trucking syrup from Wisconsin to New England and paying that extra 5 cents, do you think that's coming out of the packer's pocket?
Probably not.
Do you think it's coming out of the syrup buyer's pocket?
Probably not.
Who do you think's gonna get the short end of that one?
The producer.
Every time. And I will always give that nickel back to the producer. So
there you go.
No one can win. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's the laws of physics. You gotta buy diesel. It's up a little bit, right? I don't know if you check diesel prices.
A little bit?
It's up a little bit right now.
And we can't even blame Biden anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. So that was accidentally something I wanted to talk about because there is syrup being trucked and has been for years. Like, this is not a new thing. But I'm going to start capturing that and giving that diesel money back to the producer. You know why? I'm the only one that can.
There you go.
The only one that can. So good question. Daryl had such a short season out in Washington. She said she would have had like 1 or 2 sap runs, if that. So she is just going to collect and prepare and get ready for next year instead of stressing out. Yep. Listen, I'm proud of her, though. I'm proud of her.
Is it just the climate, or was it just the year? I mean, is that going to be a new thing, or you think, or what?
I don't know if you know this about sugar makers, but sometimes we underestimate the amount of time it takes to do things.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. And she's just like all of us, optimistic. But I'm just so proud of her. I'll support her forever. I can't wait to get out there next year. So, she's going to make syrup next year. I guarantee it. Lapierre stepped up big time. I have to give Lapierre and Brad Gillen a lot of credit. They sent out tubing. They installed the tubing, the evaporator, the RO, the extractor. The only thing I did was a sugar house, 2 sap tanks, and the vacuum pump. So she got 2 Navac UD65s. I did 2 of them. And I will say, Navac donated those. Like, I didn't, like Navac, they put up and said, look, and then Daniel Dismukes donated the VFDs, their Westinghouse VFDs. And so she's set. She still has a lot of work to do, a lot of carpentry, but Lapier stepped up big time. Like I am, I did approach every maple equipment company, and Lapier did step up. So that's awesome, isn't it?
It is. So did it just get too warm too quick like it did here pretty much? Like there was
Yeah, and you think we have it bad? Like out in the Pacific Northwest, like, they're hoping for frost, dude. Like it's just, I mean, it's a whole nother, world.
Interesting.
Andes mints. I love these things. You guys are listening to me chew. What else do we have? So we talked about the 2x4. Talked about Adam. Let me bug Jeff, see if he's going to come on. We've talked about a lot in 22 minutes, buddy.
Yeah, and then you talked about what'd you do in Vermont while you've been out there for a week, if you want to get into that?
I don't know. Like, what does this mean? I'm just like, come on. I need some admin.
Hey, this helped the guy. Hey, this helped the guy out, Nate. He might need help.
Yeah. That person definitely needed help.
We just got, what did it say? Just got back with his ex?
Something like that.
Congrats, dude. Good for you.
But the name is Proud Black Woman.
Oh, well.
See the name?
No.
You said dude, but who knows today? Who knows?
Well, congrats either way.
Right? Let me send Jeff a text. Say, hey, man. No pressure. Dude had sap running over his tank. This poor guy trying to fly out in that storm. And then Saturday night, he got an Uber. His flight was supposed to leave at 7:30 in the morning. He gets a text at night, hey, we can't do it. The flight's canceled. He bumped it to 5:30 in the morning because I could hear him waking up at 4 a.m. Took an Uber, 2 layovers, gets home, and he had sap, several, gallons running over his tank. And I said, you got to fire your help, dude. He's like, it's my brother. I'm like, you need to especially fire your help then.
Well, to make him feel better, I know somebody in Wisconsin that had 10,000 gallons of sap go on the ground.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody forgot to clean the valve.
I don't know the whole story, but it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, we've all done it. At least it wasn't 10,000 gallons of concentrate.
Yeah. I feel very, very bad. I feel very bad for that person.
Yeah, that's a lot of syrup. If it's Wisconsin, it's probably 3% sugar too.
Exactly. I don't know what it is about there, man. Like they could have half the taps and make same amount of syrup as I'm making. That's just crazy. I averaged 1.5 again this year.
So Jeff, he's making cookies with his kids, and it looks like he said this just happened. Yeah, there's good for you, Jeff. That dude's a stud.
Let him be.
We had fun. We laughed so hard. Oh, look, I don't exist anymore. I'm like in this far off ether. Let's see if I can fix it.
There you go. You're back.
See, magic. Magic. Dave Carlin. He was boiling, jumping on. A lot of people were, hey, we're adding people, buddy.
So did you get some syrup bought while you're out there then, or?
Oh my, it was the relationships that we made, the people we've met, the people we just caught up with. I mean, it was fun. I laughed so hard, literally. My laughing muscles hurt. Like the next day, I'm like, why am I sore? It's like, oh man, we laughed so hard. There was a moment where Maple Shine came out in a sugar house, and buddy, oh, it was good. It was good. Like, how do you not? You're cruising around Vermont, like we got to stop and see. I took a couple of people that have never been to J.R. Sloan's. They got to see J.R. Sloan, like a couple tankers drop, and that's just you can feel the wind off the
The
sap.
Sap River. The Sap River.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a legit river. Like you would drown in that.
Yeah. It literally feels like, Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
We got to touch base with Ryan Lutton. That guy's a star. He's in Bristol, Vermont. And oh my gosh, like he's a rock star. I'm going to work with that guy the rest of my life. So he's younger than me. He's going to probably end up going to my funeral. He's a lot younger than me. So yeah, he's a rock star. He's been running our Navac UD 100, and yeah, he's had good luck. I mean, he said going from a 27-inch water cooled like Seahee type style pump, 10 horsepower, it's totally different. I mean, he got up to 27, probably even 28, but he said it's totally different when you get into high vac and that 29 and above. He said that the trees gas more. He said there's micro leaks you didn't have before because you weren't that high in vacuum. Like, I'm so excited for the content that I made over the last week. I literally have 8 videos I made. I filmed 4, so we're going to start editing. One of my favorites was meeting Sutton's family, and like that kid is a rock star. Like,
he's funny.
Grows his own sweet corn and has his own route. Like everybody there works for him. He's employing the family. It's awesome.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Yeah. We got to go to Siloé Maple, and I think it's Paul and Marilyn Lambert and their mother Betty. Like, they're just good people. It was awesome. They have the best maple creamy in the state of Vermont. Forget Ben and Jerry's. That's where you want to go. They use actual heavy cream, and they use super caramelized maple to get the flavor. It's awesome.
Yeah, nice.
So we got to do that. I mean, we spent a lot of time with Taylor and Connor Horgren. They have a sugar house called Henpecker Ridge, 12,000 taps. That was a big install for SapSpy. That's kind of what started the whole thing. So, we installed the entire system. So I don't know if people know this, how big SapSpy is.
Oh, dude.
I'm telling you, they got a lot of applications. I think he said
and it's user friendly. It's simple to use. You don't have to be a whiz at it.
Yep. And I'll tell you, he has as many applications. He lives over in Appleton, Wisconsin. He's got as many, if not more, applications in Vermont. So that was kind of his first time traveling around. I'm a good tour guide for Vermont now. Like, you want me to pick you up at the airport? Ask Jeff Scarta.
Yeah.
If I pick you up at the airport, you're gonna have a good time. Like, you don't have a choice. So
is that the couple with the CDL rig? Is that who you're talking about? The one with the CDL?
Oh, no. That's Adam and Renee Rainville. And I met Adam like last year, 2 years ago. And their maple operation is called the Maple Fix. And it might be one of the most fun sugar houses to hang out.
Were they really switching their pans like every 3 hours or something, you said?
Yes. Yes.
Whoa. See, that's what happened when I had my 2x6. I'd have to shut down every 3 hours, switch the pan because the sugar sand niter would build up so bad.
Yeah, every 2 drums, I think.
Whoa.
So I met them because somebody named Todd Phillips reached out to me, who sells sap to them, and he had watched the channel. He invited me up, and then we met at Adam and Renee's place. It's amazing how things connect, and if I had never met Todd, I would have never met Adam and Renee. The connections. Like, if I had never met Scott Dunn, I would have never met Sean Dunning, which would have never connected me to Clayton Christie, which would have never connected me to all these producers I got to, do stories on their sugar house, which is like infinite value.
I was hoping Scott was going to jump on tonight. I want to hear about his Maple Weekend and all that.
You know what? I could text him real quick. He might be listening. I didn't send him the link because it was just like, dude, decided to do this. Like, it's 9:30. We decided to do it 30.
Why do you make that sound like that's abnormal for us,
It's
Nate?
totally normal. I was hoping you'd say no because I'm kind of tired.
I could tell because you waited till like 15 minutes before, and me and Jeff Corey were on the phone. I was like, "Hey, I guess we're doing a SapChat."
Yo, you were excited. Like, your enthusiasm is a little bit contagious.
Oh, whatever.
It is. It's like my buddy George from Middlefield Custom Sawmill. Anytime you're around that guy, he just like, you're excited to mill logs because he's so excited. I'm like, yeah, man, like, let's eat some sawdust. I'm in.
Called ADHD, Nate.
So yeah, I'm excited about my new evaporators. I'll be boiling sweet water and capturing that loss. So I'm not making syrup out of thin air. I'm just capturing the sugar I've already paid for. And then
Nice.
I've got firewood ready. I was able to get that firewood from Adam at Hometown Acres, Meadville, Pennsylvania. So Ralph was able to pick me up a bunch of, what's it called? Kiln dried firewood. So we didn't have to worry about it not being consistent because I really wanted a good reading. So I wanted my firewood to be consistent. Kiln dried firewood is pretty, uniform.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been kind of thinking a lot, like, there's a lot of information out there, and, with, CDL acquiring MES and that acquisition, and it's been a lot of change for people.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about that on the drive. I had 8-9 hours back yesterday. And I've been thinking about, like, when CDL acquired MES, they also indirectly acquired all of that content I've made, because I made a lot of videos about MES equipment. And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? It's free content that CDL indirectly owns, because I'm not taking it down, because the farmers that I worked with deserve to have their story told.
Yeah.
That's more important than anything. I know I'm indirectly promoting, a CDL company now, or CDL, and that's fine, because the families that let me come in and tell their story,
yeah,
you know what? They deserve it.
But that's also you putting your money where your mouth is, and being transparent and helping out. I mean, that falls right into,
Yeah, how I operate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So diesel's $5, $5.50. Yeah, the value of that content is really good. People can watch the MES equipment. Sean Dunning's automatic. The kettle system is awesome. It makes really good syrup. So a fuel oil rig, Dave, reverse fire. Nothing fancy.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Just not reverse fire. I mean, if that's better design, design.
It is a better look. I don't think it's going to change anything other than that flame will come up to the front and curl around
and then hook back. Yeah. And then just reverse flow. It doesn't need to be as fancy as yours, but I just need a bare bones, probably 6-inch raised flue, 8-inch raised flue, somewhere in there.
They're 9.5.
Are they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And just standard steam hood. That's it. Because that's gonna have to be pushing 100.
I had somebody reach out asking me if I would make a front pan for them for their Smoky Lake. It's somebody we both love and know very well. And yeah, I've thought about this. Like, I really don't have time. Like, if he asked me as a favor, I'd do it for him. But this is why 22 gauge is bad. He's only had it several years. Like, you're going to wear 22 gauge out. That's why everybody uses 20 gauge. And two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
Definitely it has a better heat transfer. That's physics. Yeah. But definitely it's going to wear out faster. That's also physics. Like, both are true. I have a very
good friend. Yeah. I had a very good friend buy one brand new this year, and you should see how warped that thing is. And he runs at 2 inches.
Yeah.
It's just wild.
Part of me wants to, like, let it go. Like let the whole, like people are going to start talking, dude, I got to replace my front pan.
Yeah.
Like I could jump in and save people, but it's not the best use of our time when I got people
No.
sitting there. I want a full evaporator.
Yep.
But I understand
Yep.
why they don't want to order another one. Like I
Yeah.
understand. I mean, I should just make front pan systems. Like, hey, when your smoky leg front pan goes bad, like, yeah, we got a replacement. Maybe I should just have one person just making them, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I think staying focused is critical.
Yeah, like if
You know.
somebody like if they're like, Nate, do me a favor, I'd do that.
Yeah, like in the middle of season or something, or I'm down. Can this happen? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, you bought into
I can
it.
start
So
a
you
slippery
have
slope,
to,
though.
and by the way, like they can't back off of it. They can't say, yeah, it was a bad idea. They can't. They have to ride that
I mean,
train.
they have their place. They're good at entry level evaporator. It's something you can learn on, but
Well, it reminds me of like when Clayton was moving boilers and steam rigs, and people would like call him, and then he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not going to travel that far." And then they would buy another company's steam rig, and he felt bad. He was like, he wants to help them because he does know it better than everybody, and that's kind of how I feel bad. I want to help people, like, but I can't. Like, I can't right now.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe in a year or two,
Stay
I just need to
focused,
start
get on
making.
your product, and then see where
Yep.
things go. Yep.
So what else we got, Dave? This is too fun. This is way efficient, by the way. This was an efficient 37 minutes.
It's like running the 2x4.
Super. Yeah, except the buzzer didn't go off.
The beeper hasn't went off every 10 minutes.
Yeah, I do think the offset, like, here's the thing. I will say what the best product of every company is. And it's like, only because I've traveled, I've been to a few sugar houses. Like, I've talked to a few
Murphy
sugar.
cup.
Yeah, I've talked to a few sugar makers. I've been to a few sugar houses. I do have a better product coming out for measuring syrup. I mean, we bottle more maple syrup than anyone makes. Does that make sense? Like we bottle more maple syrup than any one farmer makes. And our measurement of density, like that's our business. Like we're
if you're
good at
over,
it.
You're giving away, and if you're under, you're going to have issues. You're going to have recalls.
You got it. And we measure to basically the quarter of a brick. So we're not even at a bricks. I think brick is smaller than the bricks. I don't know. But yeah, like we are very good at it. And, you know, a lot of people know my undergrad's in chemistry, and I spent a little bit of time in a lab in my life. And our temperature compensated hydrometer cup is what I recommend. The industry needs it. The industry needs it so bad.
Yeah, definitely. That Murphy cup is pretty sweet, though. I mean, being fair, giving credit where credit's due, you know, trying to be honest. That Murphy cup, I float that in my draw off pan, and then I'll, you know, stir the syrup up, and I'll sit there and I'll have that cup floating there, and I'll have my hydrometer next to it, and that cup tells me what my hydrometer needs to say. So if it's whatever temperature that syrup's at.
Do you know how much money the Murphy cup makes me and every packer? Like I'm just being straight up. Like keep using it, dude. Keep like you're just making money for the Packers.
So what I do
I'm
is
just being honest. Like I feel bad.
It,
like honestly,
they're off that much.
Oh gosh. I think it's user error a lot. I'm not going to be like, I just need to make a video on how we do it. It's actually going to be not as good for the Packer. I'm being straight up. Like,
so are they just not calibrated right? Because there is no way to calibrate them. They come ready to use. Like there's no adjusting them or nothing. Like they come ready to use, and you just match your hydrometer to whatever that says, and then you're saying saying that they're not accurate.
I tried using it once. I will give it away. I tried using it one time. And like I would have lost so much money with that thing.
It seems
If
to
I
have been
would lose
accurate for
money,
me,
listen, if I would lose money, that means the farmers are.
All right.
Like how many drums do I get through my facility? I'm just being real.
Yeah, that was one thing I always did wonder is like, how is this calibrated? You know, it must just be off of temperature. Doesn't matter. Barometric pressure must not affect that. So I just figured it was good to go.
I don't honestly.
I haven't had any molding issues since I started using it though.
Heck no, you'll never have molding issues at 68.9 bricks.
So I don't know. Whatever.
Listen, it's good for the Packers. Like the
So
Packers should be giving them away.
You said it. So what you're saying is it's geared towards the heavier, safer side.
Well, the thing is with what we're doing, it'll tell you how to correct it when it's too high. Like we have both. So like it's basically half of an instrument. So my team has to make sure that we add back permeate if the density's too high.
Well, that's what I do. That's what this does. If your hydrometer is floating way heavy and it says you need to be lower, then I'll just draw more syrup off the evaporator to get the hydrometer to set.
Yep, here's where it's different. Does it tell you how many fluid ounces to add?
No.
There you go.
I see.
That's it. Mine will tell you how many fluid ounces to add, so you're not
precisely. There's no over under.
Yes.
Like,
do you know how many drums I get that have this much crystals on the bottom? You know, it's selfish that I actually like. Yes, in one way, I end up with a lot of overdense syrup, but I also end up with a lot of drums that drop crystals out, and that's a pain in my team's butt. Like, I want to fix that. That's the true.
So now, but now if you get that, you have an evaporator. You can put some hot water in there, dissolve it, run it through your evaporator, make syrup.
It's true, except you know how hard it is. I mean, what I should be doing is making a lot of Michigan Fancy. I could make drums.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, you could do it. Just blend it in with your filter press stuff. Now you're getting even more syrup.
I was not picking up what you were putting down.
Now you are.
I am. I'm going to be like, all right, guys, I want all of those crystal meth. I want all that crystal meth, the Michigan Fancy. I want all of it in that hopper over there so I can dump it right in.
Dude, if people listening or watching have not watched that yet, go watch it on my page. Like, it is too funny.
It is funny. Yeah.
It is.
It'll just make people twitch, though. That's the thing. I'm good at making people. There's people right now like twitching because of the cognitive dissonance. When they learn new information, they believe something to be true, and they get new information and most people just have to believe the lie and they'll fight it. But some people will start twitching.
The Michigan Maple Syrup Association meeting's very glad that I was sick this year because it was showing up and going to get entered.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
I was going to watch some heads spin.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I am in the R&D phase, not R&D. I'm basically lining up manufacturing. I'm going to laser etch this emblem on the cup. So you'll be able to see it. It'll be laser etched. The replacement thermometers you can buy them off Amazon. We'll carry them.
Nice.
But it'll help you make more money.
So what you're saying is my 39 gallons I'm at is actually 45.
Might be 41. And if our hydrometer cup costs you $175, it will pay for itself in one season for you.
There you go.
Imagine somebody making a lot of syrup, drums.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I'm going to be selling something that pays for itself quickly.
Yeah. Well, I know a producer that was having some density issues. Come to find out, he wasn't even being told about it until he was, and he's like, "What? I'm light."
Yeah. And anyone that's using, Clayton and I have been having this argument, which it's true. His theory is that the DE will affect the hydrometer. And he's right, because if you actually test syrup with DE and without, at the higher level, I do think it'll affect it.
I would agree with that.
But what if all the DE settled to the bottom of the cup?
See, I don't know why you would test it with DE anyway. I don't understand that. I get
People
it
do.
right where it needs to be,
People
and then
do, and it
I see.
reads two. It can read
I
2
see.
points off. So like,
Yep.
if you're trying to get right at the right at the point, like certain packers have, like, dude, 66.5 is the minimum this year for a very large packer. And if you're doing 1,000,000 pounds of syrup, that 1/10 of a point, it's a lot of money for the people you're buying sap from. Like, it adds up.
Yeah.
So I think that's just what I like about our system. And I'll be honest, I'm just copying what the Maple guys made. The Maple guys made this years ago. They just stopped making them and no one makes them. And I think people use a, what's it called? A something therm? Hydrotherm. I think the hydrotherm is also a variation of what I'm doing. But for me, that chart's important because it allows me to make, when we blend syrup, we blend 80,000 pounds at a time. So 2 semi-loads.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So 80,000 pounds at a time. So if my team, they did it done by noon. And once that's mixed, you have to adjust it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You do. And if you don't have the tools to do it, you're going to be playing around like, oh, I added too much. I don't have enough. You know what? I can add exactly the amount.
Yeah, and that there, you can't boil it where you're at. So you got to make sure.
If it's in a tank, you can't boil it. And if you go too far, dude,
you got a problem. You got a problem.
Syrup is very hard on a packer. It really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will gladly debate anyone on this. It's not even, it would be silly. I
don't know. I feel like,
listen, there's only 3 chemists that I know at this point in the maple industry. So, he's the chemistry teacher in Albion. Somebody help me out. So Carl Nyland's a chemist.
Oh.
I'm a chemist. And then the teacher, what's his name? Gary Bielick. That's 3. I don't know if there's any other chemists. Yep, there it is. Hydrotherm. Now, Gavin, why is the hydrotherm popular in parts of Canada? And how come a lot of people don't use them? I know there are some good sugar makers that use them. It basically combines the two. And maybe essentially that's what the Murphy Cup is. I don't know.
That's what it is, dude. I feel like it's been really good and accurate for me. I mean, I have gotten rid of some of the issues I had prior to owning it.
Yeah, and when you do add permeate back because you have overcooked your syrup, listen, sometimes we draw off too late or forget. Has anybody ever forgot that they were supposed to move their temperature probe to the other draw off side? And they're like, this is weird. I don't know why I haven't had a draw off in a while. And then you're like, oh crap, and you switch it over and then you draw off this candy syrup because you forgot to, move your thermometer. It happens.
Yeah. What I do is, like,
and then what do you do?
Mine in the draw. Yeah. I float my cup in the draw off tank. So when I get that full to where I'm going to put it in the keg, it's right there supposedly.
Oh, I love this one. People assume since it's paid by the pound that you will make your money back. Wrong, Hillary. No. Because that water,
over bricks doesn't add up to more.
Nope. Because that water that you didn't have, if the price of maple syrup's $2.50 a pound, the water that you don't have in there, you just lost $2.50 a pound of water. Like, I don't understand why people, if it's over bricks, you're still getting paid for it. No.
Interesting.
No, you are not. I think that's what people tell themselves. So I think that's what people tell themselves. And I probably have a lot of packers going to be mad at me right now because I probably reduced everybody's profit margin by 2 points.
Way to go, Nate.
Yeah, every packer just got mad at me. And I'm like, dude, this is like, everybody needs to know this.
Well, isn't Bascom
the pros
putting out like doomsday syrup pricing right now?
I have no idea. I got my butt handed to me buy another packer because I've learned that they can put the price up high and then grade really hard. So like there's games that I've learned that I'm like, oh, if he's going to be 250, I'm going to be 250, but he's not buying syrup. And I'm out there like, oh, I'm going to buy syrup at 250 to match that guy. Now I'm going to go 255 to beat him. He's not even buying syrup. So like there's so much disinformation. The whole thing's like a psyop. Like I want to make a BMF index, Bissell Maple Farm index. I do. And I'm just going to take the current price in Canada, which is negotiated 3 years ago. So the 2026 pricing is already negotiated. It's set. Use the actual currency calculator and make a ticker so everybody knows what the price of syrup is. Now, remember, it's the Bissell Maple Farm Index. I don't want anybody thinking it's other BMFs. It's the Bissell Maple Farm Index. BMF is Bissell Maple Farm. Because there's other BMFs, but we are the BMF index maker. So we are actually creating that now. So it's just out there. Like it's already there. Why should it be a freaking secret? But I think there's also so many games that can be played on the bottom end of the scale that it's like, okay, I'm going to go up here in price to make everybody feel better. And then down below, there's games played too. Like,
that's everywhere.
We're just
that's just everywhere.
Right. But listen, anything
that's called
in
the
life,
bait and hook, Nate. Bait and hook.
Listen, you won't convince some people. In this world, we buy from who we like. Dave, you're in sales. If you're not a likable guy, you're going to sell a lot of equipment. Like you're good at what you do, man. Like you're really good at what you do. So
I try every day.
I like this one. This is funny. The BMFer scale. Yep. My wallet says bad. No. Yep. So we've taken this fallacy and thrown it out the window. Like, unless these people are also, if you're a PhD in chemist and I'm wrong, let me know. Because I was literally the dumbest chemist in my class, in my graduating class. Like, I'm a chemist, but I was a dumb one. That's why they stuck me in like the sales role in the field. I can't work in a lab. I did for 1 full year.
Is that like a 73 Ford in that thing?
It does look like it, buddy.
What's a 73 Ford?
So yes, these cups are going to be available before next season. By summer, they're going to be available. We've got to run off a bunch of them. Oh, dude, I'm so excited about this. I forgot. I bought everybody's syrup hydrometers. So I bought 3 hydrometers from every company that sells hydrometers.
And you're going to test
them. We're going to have like a Consumer Reports syrup hydrometer video where we test everybody's. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to have my own made, and they're all coming out of the same factory, at least most of them. But I have heard of hydrometers not being accurate. And there's just so many little tips you need to know. Like sometimes you can actually nick it and lose a little bit of glass, and it's changed, and you don't even know. I've been thinking about it with my company. It was keeping me up. I woke up this morning going, oh my gosh, we actually need to check our hydrometer with other hydrometers every morning. Because sometimes those little pieces of paper, they slip. There's like a little glue dot.
Yeah. Well, listen here. Listen. So believe it or not, Sugar Bush Supplies right here in Mason designed their own hydrometer to solve that. They have a red line that comes down to the 0. So if it ever slips, and it's easy read, they put bigger numbers on it, and there's a red line that comes down inside the glass. So if that paper ever moves, you know it's no good already. So Sugar Bush Supply Company, you need to get 3 of their hydrometers now to test.
They're not their own.
They used to be, but now they have their own, and it might be through.
Actually, I remember seeing those, by the way.
Yeah, Sugar Bush Supply, easy to read. They're bigger. That's what I
have my favorite. Do you have my favorite T-shirt on tonight?
No, I got my.
Okay, all right. Because I love the last one. The last one means you've sold your syrup to a
to the
packer.
fact, yeah.
I would think that syrup drawn off with a lot of niter would change quite a bit after filtered. I don't know. Like this is where if it's a low amount of suspended solids, so this is where we get into a little bit of chemistry. I can speak to this. So there's suspended solids and there's dissolved solids. And I can tell you what definitely will mess with your bricks. Alcohol, because all of our measurement systems are based on water. So if you are doing bourbon barrel aged maple syrup and you're using the current measurement systems, this is where like I was able to develop my own test, my own bulk density test, so I could tell where it was even with alcohol. I don't think anybody else has been able to do that. So with a refractometer, you're bending light at the known angle that water bends light. And if you use a refractometer, a digital one, I've been doing a lot of stuff at instrumentation lately because I was good at that in chemistry. Like I understood instruments, I understood their weaknesses, I understood their strengths, and I understood where they should be used. Because once you've had your butt handed to you, by the plant manager of, US Steel because your instrument wasn't working right, dude, you get chewed out one time. And then you're like, oh, wait, these things need calibrated? Like, you're not going to go willy-nilly. Yeah, I cannot tell you how many sugar houses I've been in my life. Dude, it makes me twitch. It makes me twitch watching somebody take syrup off their evaporator with a hydrometer and a cup and no thermometer.
You ready for this one? Yeah. I went and visited a sugar shack this season, and there was not even one being used. When it got to 7, it was drawn off, put in through the filter and into a drum. There was not a hydrometer to anything on site other than the 7 above.
Well, this might cause another issue. I just want everybody to know if the price of syrup does come down because people have learned how to test their syrup better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like it definitely is affecting the margins of Packers. Like in the Packers' favor. Do you know how I know? I'm one.
You're a Packer.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my tires slashed. Dude, there might be a hit on me. That's like hundreds of thousands of dollars. But you know what? People, how many people are actually gonna believe me?
Yeah, it's not gonna change much.
There's 51 people on here, and I'm just telling you how to make yourself more money. And it's like, no, my way's right. This freaking chemist doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay. What else we got? It's kind of like I increased the bulk price of maple syrup in the state of Wisconsin. Like it was the highest in the country last year.
Way to go, Nate.
I did.
I remember. I remember that epidemic there you'd caused.
You're welcome, Wisconsin farmers. I definitely did that.
You made some friends over there.
Yeah. It was higher than the rest of the country. And I got my butt handed to me. Like seriously got my butt handed to me. I learned a valuable lesson. That's why I say it's all a psyop, dude. I was like, oh yeah, you're gonna be 250, I'm gonna be 255. And it's like, oops.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're graded hard.
It doesn't matter. Or not buying. That's the other thing. What's one of my favorites? Like, what's your price right now? Like people love going, well, he's paying this much. Is he buying syrup right now? That's kind of an important. Hey guys, I'm not buying syrup right now, but my price is $4 a pound.
And then when I actually do go buy, price dropped.
Yeah, there's so much psyop going on that it's like, dude, I'm a baby in this thing still. Like I'm 25
So what you're
years
telling me is the Packers are in bed with the government. It's all psyop.
No, I think they hired CIA agents to manipulate all our brains.
76. Oh yeah, it does have yellow above the headlights. Nice.
Yeah, man. I bought millions of dollars in Wisconsin syrup over the last several years, and I plan to keep doing it. but I don't want the people I'm buying syrup from to lose from freight. So, yep, it's going to be interesting. I'm sure there's some people in Wisconsin watching this, and you should be. You should be.
Oh.
Some people are playing checkers while I'm playing chess.
Oh, I almost got you in trouble by saying something, but I caught myself.
Yeah.
We really would. Your phone really would have been ringing off the hook if I would have said that.
Listen, and I don't know how to fix the issues. Like, man, I'm trying. There are some really good people in Wisconsin that, you know, when I started, it had the lowest price in the country. Do you know how I got into Wisconsin?
I don't.
Oh my gosh, this is a great story. It's a true story. So, Joel Olkey introduced me to Andy Humphrey. And yes, Joel Olkey, because some people would say, remember Gandalf would say, even Smeagol has a purpose. So he introduced me to Andy, and I just met Andy. It was like, this is 4.5 years ago. And he's like, oh man, I just signed a contract with Steve. I'm like, dude, you got to honor that. Like, no big deal. He's like, yeah, I just signed it. But so what occurred was, and this is well before probably 15 years ago. So when Pete Roth and Steve Anderson made a deal, one sold their equipment business to the other, and one sold the packing business to the other. And in that contract, Steve's not allowed to buy from a equipment seller. So it's in the contract. So Andy was selling H2O and liter, and he had already signed that contract with Steve. So I was like, dude, you got to honor that. Like, you can't go back on your word. And like a few days later, I get this call because Steve had to get approval from Pete, and Pete redlined it. He changed a bunch of things. He's like, no. Sweet, I'm in. Like, I'm in because Pete redlined the contract that Steve had with Andy. And that's how I got into Wisconsin. But if you think about it, I don't know that it was intentional, but it artificially deflates the value of syrup in Wisconsin. Because if you keep competition out, like, they basically can't buy syrup from the same people.
Yeah.
So what that does is it deflates the value of maple syrup in the state of Wisconsin. Which, that's why it was cheaper, and that's why it was really attractive. I'm a Midwesterner. I'm in Ohio, and I looked around and I said, geez, look at this. They got good syrup, a good maple culture. I want to go up there. But, man, it's been hard.
It essentially created a monopoly then.
I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't, like I said, I don't know if it was intentional. It might have been an unintended consequence. Still, when two packers have a contract and one's not allowed to buy from the other group,
that's
like,
fun.
That's what occurred. Like, I saw it. I saw the contract that got redlined. I didn't see the actual contract. So, like, technically, I can't really, speak to it, I guess. But that's how I understand it. Why else did he need approval? Why would Steve send a contract to Pete to redline? Because he needed approval. Why would he need approval? That's odd. It's because when they sold off pieces of the business, that's what occurred. I don't know. Yeah. How many people in Wisconsin even know this? I don't know. But yeah, it's a true story. And that's how I ended up in Wisconsin. So that red pen, you're welcome. Thank you. I should say thank you. That red pen got me in there. And I ain't leaving. I ain't going anywhere.
No.
Like, I'm digging in deeper. They don't even have a clue yet. Holy crap.
That's what I was getting ready to say, but I stopped myself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about, but yeah, like, I'm doing more in Wisconsin than I ever will.
Yep.
So, you never heard that story. It's true. And look, if I get a cease and desist letter, that's awesome. because I will read it to you guys.
It's another one for
I
the
just want
picture
you to
frame
know,
in the
like,
office.
do you know how many times people have threatened to sue me? Oh my gosh. That's why I work with the biggest law firm.
You're such a likable guy, Nate. It can't be that many.
Oh, dude, I say it though. I'm not gonna hide. I'm not gonna like. I forgot. Like it took me a while. Like I forgot about that story. But I mean, there's a good chance that I will be in a certain part of the state. You know, buy and direct. And you know what? It's due. Like it was earned. Yeah. Well, you heard of me now.
never heard of them.
Yeah. You heard of me now. So yeah, there's a lot of capital that could be going right into the hands of the farmers. And there's just some additional, like, yeah. Yep. Like I said, some people are playing chess. Some people are playing checkers. This is a good live stream, guys. Like this is a really good one. I'm gonna put this one out on Spotify because I think every Maple producer needs to read it or listen to it. But I can't believe no one I've been around a while, I guess. I've talked to a lot of people.
Yeah, well, Nate, you got to remember, like, you're still way on a whole nother level than most people. Like, how many Packers are there in the U.S.? Well, I know we're one less now. So how many?
Not necessarily, but let's list them, right? So let's list them. We should. Who do I compete with or work with? I mean, so
Yeah,
arguably the largest three are going to be Maple Grove, Bascom, and Butternut.
Butternut, yeah.
Yeah. So they're like tier one, man. They're the big dogs. And then in the secondary, I would say it's probably Highland, Run Amok. So I call it primary, secondary, tertiary.
Yep.
And each one has a level. Like the first three are $100 million companies, right? Like it's kind of like when I used to sell chemicals, I got really good at it. And I did it for like a long time. And I could go into a factory and tell you how much chemical they spent just by how many shifts they ran, the infrastructure they had, the lines they had. I could just tell you plus or minus $5,000. It was insane. But it's because I guessed a lot and then learned and then figured out, like, even with us, like who, I got good at it. So if somebody has like a 5-stage powder coating line, I could tell you, they're running probably $60,000-$70,000 a year.
I see.
So in the maple industry, it's the same thing. You can kind of tell with infrastructure, employee count, syrup volume. A lot of it is like, since they're all, well, most of them are privately owned. Maple Grove is not. They're owned by BG Foods. But since, most of us are privately owned, we don't really share. But, people ask me, like, if you're going to sell syrup to somebody, don't you want to, like, kind of know, like, hey, how big are you?
Yeah.
And if I trust somebody or, I'll tell them. And I'm sure people know. But then the secondary, so primary is 100 million. That's over, that's
so you
over
got three in that category.
Yep. One I'm not really sure about is McClure's because they pack so much in Canada. And they're out of New Hampshire. I don't really know because they have a big brand. I think they sell international. Like, I don't really have a pulse on McClure's.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like, these are ones I don't know. I don't understand McClure's business at all because I never see them. What is it? Sugar Man is there's definitely some. Yeah, they're smaller than we are.
I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, they do a lot with like First Watch, which is a food service company, or I'm sorry, a restaurant group, and they do a lot in food service. Like that's their bread and butter.
I see.
But I would put,
so they're more commercial than.
Yeah, they're secondary. So primary, secondary, tertiary. And the difference between secondary and tertiary, really where rubber meets the road is if you have SQF certification. If you have SQF certification, most customers that are higher level and have higher requirements, they definitely require it. And it's expensive. Like you have to have a full-time person. It's a system. You get audited every year. I'd probably invest about $200,000 a year just in that system. And it's really important. Like, dude, I've been doing it 4 years and I'm finally like understanding, like, it's so an owner can't come in and just change things. You own the company. Who's going to tell you no? Who's going to tell you no? It's to protect the customer from the owner. And it gives everybody in the company the right to tell the owner, did you by chance put that through the quality system? And like, it's just the truth. Like that is the demarcation line between secondary and tertiary. So like secondary would be like Highland, which is actually owned by a much bigger company, the biggest in the world, and that is LB Treats, but I'm talking just US. So like LB Maple Treats is the biggest packer in the world. They're 55 million pounds. How do you know? If you ever meet one of them, that's the first thing they say. Like, yeah. I was on a couple calls and it's like, yeah, it's 55 million pounds a year. Like, yeah, but what's your name? Like, let's start with the right things. But yeah, they're very proud of it. I don't blame them, but they're huge. And they're also sitting on a lot of syrup, which we can get to, like what I think will happen in the bulk price. Like I said, I'm a baby in this thing. So you've got Highland, you've got Run Amok. I think McClure's is in there. You got Bissell Maple Farm. I'd put Anderson's over there. Like, I think they're in there.
Oh,
and, you know, so like Highland, Run Amok, McClure's, Sugarman. And I don't know if Ben's got the SQF yet. I don't think he does. So this is where the tertiary starts. These are the people, like, it's a big leap. It's a big leap. Like, there's a lot of guys out there packing 30, 40,000 gallons. And they have to find those customers that don't require that SQF. It's a big leap. Like you're just like, I hope this works. It's like chicken or the egg. You just have to have faith and do it.
But you can sell to literally anybody at that point though.
Yeah, but Costco's a little different because they have an addendum. So like with Costco, you have to actually get an SQF addendum where it's like additional information they need.
I see.
Right. And I think it has a lot to do like with the size of your company.
So who bottles Kirkland then?
Oh, 3 different companies. Dude,
really?
They sell more maple syrup at Costco than like the US makes. Like it's a little less.
So what about, so is Maple Grove only Cracker Barrel, or are they more than Cracker Barrel?
Well, they have lots of brands. Like most of the companies I'm mentioning have many, many brands.
Okay.
It's not a scientific number, but I can tell you, like most of what's on the grocery store shelf is a fictional sugar house. Like it's not real.
Yeah, right? That's true. I think that's common knowledge.
Yeah, and the consumer does not care for the most part.
No.
I would say majority of the consumer doesn't care. There are some people that really want to know the name of the tree the syrup came from. Like there are people,
Betsy produced this bottle right here. Yeah.
So again, primary, secondary, tertiary. Listen, this is my lingo. 100 million, the middle, and then everybody else. So this is my lingo. I'm not reading this from a book. This is just Nate coming up with his own system.
So you're saying there's roughly 10 then?
Yeah, I forgot Hamels. I would put Hamels in the secondary. They've just done a good job of just keeping their head down. They're quiet. They quietly pack a lot of syrup. I think, if that's a company that would ever go up for sale, I would be interested in buying it. Because I think that the owners are, maybe the end of the third quarter, like they're not quite the fourth quarter, they're into the third, like I'm at halftime. So as they get up, maybe they're looking for somebody to buy them. Hamels is definitely a company I'd be interested in because they kind of just do same things we do. I don't keep my head down. I'm probably going to get it shipped.
Really? Are you sure, Nate?
But listen, when I was like 25 years ago, when I was selling bulk maple syrup to my local syrup buyer in 5-gallon pails, I didn't know anything. And like, I wish somebody would have said, here's, and it's a perspective. It doesn't mean, like, everybody's got different perspectives. And by the way, multiple perspectives can all be true.
Yeah.
You know, if the number 9 is sitting here, it looks like a 6 to you, but it's a 9 to me, and we're both right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's what a lot of people struggle with, is you can have both sometimes.
Yeah, both can be true.
Yeah. Yes.
So we talked about primary. I might be missing one. I don't really know. But
So just say roughly 10 though.
Yeah, we're in the top 5. So I would say probably top 5. And then there's some people that just do a lot of bulk for the ingredient market. Like Roth does a lot of bulk for the ingredient market. That's what he's set up to do. But he doesn't pack like individual bottles. That's what Steve does.
Yeah.
Then you have like what I call the tertiary. So I'm not doing this in any particular order, but like Skinny Sticks, that's a great name, great brand.
Oh,
I would say
Skinny Sticks. Yep.
That's a great brand, great name. That's tertiary. I would say there's a couple guys in Ohio, Kevin Milligan. Those guys would be tertiary. You know, they don't have the SQF. Adirondacks, you got Bruce Robley. I'm trying to think of other. There's a lot of them, and honestly, like Ben's right on the line. Like if Ben gets his SQF, he can come up, but he's definitely tertiary until he gets that. But this is my own system. Like I freaking made it up, but it's just how I see it. So when you have a prospective customer come to you, you need to know, like, can I do business with them? Can others? If they don't give a crap about your quality, like the system, that means that everybody can call on them.
Yeah.
And they usually are just so price driven that I just have zero.
Yeah.
Like every year, these companies ask me to bid. And I'm like, you have the cheapest syrup on the shelf. Like, if you're too dumb to know that, I'm certainly not going to bid on this business. But I definitely put Hamel in secondary. Who else am I missing? I know there's another one over in Putney, Vermont. I think they might be SQF certified. They got a nice little packing operation there on the way to Dan Crocker's. I've seen them. There's a few of those guys that just keep their head down. They're probably secondary if they have SQF. But yeah,
Interesting.
I guarantee you this video is going to be shared a little bit tomorrow. Hi. What else is helpful?
No, that's just cool. I've always wondered that myself, you know, how big the market is for you, like how tough it is for you to go out and purchase syrup and stuff, like, but that sounds like it's a pretty competitive market, honestly, from the sounds of it.
It is. And honestly, it's a sales role. Even though the farmers are my customer, I'm really theirs.
Yeah.
It is an interesting industry because of that. You know, one of the tough things about Michigan is you guys don't have a packer. I actually think Michigan producers have now become the most abused.
Dude, we're so far, but like, it's not even.
You don't really. I think you have a couple tertiaries.
Don't get me going.
And I think there's a tertiary in Maine. I think it's called like Maine Maple Products or something. Like, listen, guys, I'm just off the top of my head giving you this information. It's not like I'm, you know. You
usually send 1 or 2 trucks up here a year, don't you?
Oh yeah. Like I'm focusing on Michigan a little bit because again, it's in the Midwest. I am the closest packer. So like I have trucks there. I'm focusing on it because you guys are in a little bit, you're fractured. There's no big, you know, I'm trying to find that person that I could partner with on syrup buying. And then you have almost like 2 states. You got the UP and then you got the lower
100%.
You know, it's just
different. And then we had the ice
Wagner's.
storm, and then
I forgot about Wagner's.
4 seasons.
I would definitely put Wagner's in the secondary. Wagner's is a pretty big packer. They you know, they move a lot of syrup too, quietly, not like me. Yeah. But that's the other thing. It's like, I don't know if it's an advantage or a disadvantage, but there's more information on me than every packer combined because I have a YouTube channel. Like me personally, like there's
Well, it's
more,
all about,
it's readily available,
Yep.
you know, like how in the frick, you know, if
well,
I'm an
it's being
actor and faking
transparent.
it,
To me, it's
yeah,
being transparent, and it's given confidence for me, a seller or whoever that has the SERP, to want to do business with you. Be like, hey, if we have a question, Nate is approachable, or we can get it on his SapChat or whatever.
go
You see what I'm
watch it.
saying? Like,
And I will
yeah,
say there's a couple odd things that happen. Like, you know, in Vermont, like you just walking down the street and it's like, hey, Nate. It's like, I don't know, hey, I just wave.
yeah.
It's a little awkward. But that is, yeah, it's all out there. So when people meet me, sometimes they forget that it's my first time meeting them, and I also do my best to remember everybody's name. I really do.
Oh,
So
it's
like
so tough.
sometimes the
Yeah.
second time I meet somebody, I have five, and I'm good at it. I have 5,000 contacts in my phone from all of my professional career and the people I know. And you know
Oh
what?
my
I know
goodness.
them all. And I can tell you, like, and I know them all. Like, that's a lot of
Wow,
contacts.
that's insane.
But when I meet people, it takes me a couple times. And I can see the disappointment in people sometimes when I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know if I should just lie. Just say, oh, yeah. Like, so they don't feel disappointed. But I feel that's not genuine.
Dude, I'll always be real. Like, I know faces. I will. I'll recognize you. I'll know, but do not expect me to remember your name unless I talk to you twice a week.
Sure.
It's just
Sure.
I don't. It's not.
Even
I'm
my
not white.
boys, it's like you with the face, you.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. I'll know them. I just can't remember the name. I mean, it's because me and you are talking to each other. They're watching us, so they know our name, but we're not talking to them every time we're on here. So we can't.
sure.
There's the disconnect. It's not anything personal by any means. It just don't know.
I'm wondering who else I might be missing. Listen, I'm sure somebody in the comments can, I'm sure I'm missing some. Listen, I tried to remember as many as I could, but hope that's helpful.
Well, I'm getting tired.
Me too, man.
So
Me too. All right, we'll catch you.
have a good one.
Bye,
See
everybody.
ya.